When was the last time that you had to use a fire extinguisher? For most of us, fire extinguishers are one of those things we like to have around but hope never to use. Hi, I'm Rachel Walla with Ally Safety, and in this video, we're going to cover some quick tips on fire extinguisher use. It's going to include the types of fire extinguishers out there, when to fight a fire and when to evacuate, and lastly, how to use a fire extinguisher. So without further ado, let's jump right into it. To know about how to fight fires, you first have to understand the fire triangle. For a fire to exist, there has to be three elements in place. Those elements are oxygen, heat, and fuel. Fire extinguishers are designed on the type of fuel that may be needed to be extinguished. Using the wrong type of extinguisher can actually just make a fire worse. Think, for example, of an oil fire being extinguished with a water extinguisher. Now the oil is naturally going to float on top of the water, and the water will just encourage the fire to spread. So you have to know the type of fuel that you're going to need to extinguish to choose the right extinguisher. How fire extinguishers are designed is to remove just one side of the fire triangle. For example, a lot of the fire extinguishers are powder extinguishers. What they do is they suffocate the fire with powder, removing the oxygen. Or something like a water extinguisher will remove the heat from the fire. So you can see it's a pretty simple science all in all. The classes of extinguisher that you need to know are A, B, C, D, and K. Class A fire extinguishers are for ordinary combustibles, things like wood, paper, and cardboard. Class B fire extinguishers are for flammable liquids, like diesel, oil, gas, those types of things. Class C fire extinguishers are for energized electrical equipment. Class D fire extinguishers are for combustible metals. Those are things like sodium, magnesium, and potassium. Class K fire extinguishers are easy to remember because think of the K standing for kitchen. They're designed to put out oil fires in things like deep fryers. Now, one thing to know about fire extinguishers are some are specific to just one type of fuel. For example, it may be simply a type A extinguisher or a type K, but most can extinguish more than one type. For example, this is an ABC fire extinguisher. This is actually the most common out there. How it works is it uses a dry powder to smother the fire. Portable fire extinguishers are built to extinguish fires that are in the incipient phase. This is the phase that comes soon after ignition before the fire has really generated a lot of heat. A fire in this phase is roughly the size of an office trash can. Now you don't want to extinguish fires that have gone to the next phase, which is the growth phase. In the growth phase, the fire starts to generate heat and grows rapidly. A fire extinguisher isn't designed to extinguish a fire that large. In fact, you're going to run out of chemical before you get that far along. One thing to note when making the decision whether to evacuate or fight the fire is that most fire extinguishers only have enough extinguishing agent to last about 30 seconds. In the event of a fire, always make the decision that your safety is your priority. Never put yourself in the position where the fire is blocking you from the exit, and only fight it if you feel comfortable and safe doing so. Now, to fight a fire using a fire extinguisher, remember the PASS method. That's P-A-S-S. Pull the pin, aim the nozzle, squeeze the trigger, and sweep at the base of the flames from side to side. Once the fire is out, it's not uncommon for the fire to reignite a few minutes later. So make sure that you're keeping watch until you're certain that it's out and done. Okay, so now you know the basics of fire extinguisher use. Make sure you go around your work area and check that you have the right fire extinguishers for the type of fuel available. Also, check the fire extinguishers to make sure that they're properly charged and ready to go in case they're ever needed. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, remember to like and subscribe. Until next time, I'll see you later.